Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's gonna be my reacting on Reddit series. Today it's mainly gonna be AITA or Am I the Asshole? These people, what they post, they want to see if the community thinks they are the asshole or not. Or geez. And I will, at the end of each post, I will say my thoughts. Alright? Now I have the music in the background. Just we're gonna roll library closely with two other clerks. There are 2 years while my coworker Jessica, most likely a fake name, 33 female, has worked there for nearly a decade, and the other, Ashley, probably another fake name, 34 female, less than a year. Our bosses have unofficially deemed me the lead because others look to me for guidance, even though we all are peers. She's actively training me to take her position when she retires next year, so finally promotion if everything goes correctly. But at the beginning of business, now I can't say. I'm having trouble with Jessica because even though she has been there way longer than any of us, seems to need concentration on her daily duties, which leaves Ashley and I to either pick up Jessica's duty her hand while doing that, which is honestly frustrating and time consuming because we had deadlines too. It's good to know expectations are in requirement we'll get to complete that, but every day we have to remind her of what to do. Additionally, when we ask her to do something that she typically skips out on, becomes visibly agitated like a resentful child and hops off to do the job. There are times avoid doing anything and surfs on the internet all day. Now the conundrum. Jessica is sweet and immature. She will be the first to offer a hug if you're having a bad day, always writing sweet notes and giving them on and leaving them on everyone's desk. She's wonderful with kids and everyone loves her, so in general people don't want to hurt her feelings. Okay, throw a week-long pity party. My brain does automatically fixes stuff like that, so if I don't read it as it's exactly typed out, that's just my brain fixing it, and I don't notice immediately. So especially because people who don't work with her don't see the problem, and I feel like she's so sweet to avoid shouldering responsibility almost to the point of manipulation. Our boss has been notified and knows this behavior, but avoids interpersonal conflict at all costs. Yeah, I know. I've reached out to another manager that she doesn't want to hear anything negative and only focus on the positive. Does it actually solve anything? So I feel like we are unsupported and the behavior continues. Tried to come up with creative ways to assign our shared duties, or the more evenly dispersed are consistently completed. We have made a daily do list that we all check every day. Have tried to use a digital team management list, but there has been no lasting change. We talk with her about job expectations and things improve for a week, then it's right back to the way it was, over and over for months now. Point of apathy because I'm so resentful. If I had to hold hand hold a 33-year-old with a master's at just yet 7 years senior. Because where's the consequences of not doing anything? Because I really care about my job and take pride in what I do. So frustrated, I'm about to scream at her to do her job. Am I the asshole? No. Like, yes, she's sweet, but I have a feeling she's incredibly lazy. Like, the reason I'm saying that is because she gets annoyed if she has to do anything, which is not right. Period. So the asshole knows she needs to learn to, like, I'm putting most of the blame on, what's her name? Jessica. Because she should know how to do pretty much everything her job entitles her to do. Well, her position. But yet she always needs help. So I'm seeing her as, I'm gonna give her out of a 10 rating for how much of a butthole Jessica is. Say out of a 10 rating, a 5 or a 6. OP 0. The managers, I'll give the managers 1 out of 2 because they're managers, but yet they're not trying to help out. I know managers have their own stuff to do, but it's usually the stuff the manager's supposed to do, 9 times out of 10, it's usually stuff they have to do, but it usually takes it doesn't take long, because managers' jobs are to help the employees below them, which is why they got their position, because they have have sucked up to the corporate, to the people above them, or on the first time they had to get a management position, or the pleasures needed them. But either way, people in management are almost required to help out. So I'm gonna give the managers a 2 out of 10. How much of an asshole they are, and of course repeat 0, because to me, I can understand her getting annoyed, because Jessica has 70 years over OP in terms of how long she's been there, yet she still needs help like it's her first week. Like, that makes 0 sense. To me, it's just she's lazy, especially, what did it say? Yes. That dude. Yeah, right here. That tells you actively avoids doing anything and search on the internet all day. She doesn't want it. To me, seems like she's lazy and doesn't want to do her job. Plain and simple. Alright, let's head on to the second one. And I forgot to. Let me load these they're all in. Okay, that got moved. That's am I the asshole for not for not waking up at 6 a.m. while has been stuck on vacation? I don't know what they mean. Warning, first world problems, minor argument between a couple might be annoying. Anyways, my husband Greg, Mike, his wife Leigh and I vacation together. And wrong, if you're on the trip, Reddick has something, but the day we're tired. Leigh and Greg are feeling especially sick. I've only found out they rented out all the automatic. They got scooters at 6 shifts, but Greg doesn't want a scooter. To walk to another place, and Leigh suggested I drive as she needed food. Eric was surprised because he didn't know I could drive, so he got ask, are you sure? Are you if you don't like to drive? And while I've spent our marriage using public transportation, I do like driving, and I said I was fine too. Like, using public transportation is a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's cheaper most of the time, but you need to plan, because if you need to be somewhere by a specific time, you have to leave a lot earlier. So like, I thought she'd get car sick, so she sat with me, which Greg also fussed about. Went fine a lot more hill down years, but I've always loved driving stick. Night we stayed up to 2 a.m. so I didn't wake up early the next morning. I went to sleep that night. Candles and water on the bedside table. I told my husband not to wake me up before 9. Well, he's waking me up. 6 a.m. I was out there, man. I was like, what the fuck? Did something happen? Whoops. I did not mean to say that. Sorry. I just went to a jacket and my shoes so I could go out. Once you do so, they were just so I didn't say it's there. I feel good. So whatever you had planned, we could do tomorrow. When you just need me for 15 minutes, they just wanted me to show him how to use their cars, and I get better. Yeah, teacher today said I gotta get the hang of it from visiting the car comes on. I asked if he was serious. She just asked me to get up again. Still not feeling good. I told him to get out of the bedroom. I ended up burning on the brother's pushing his hand away when he tried to ask me. But he gave up and pouted for the rest of the Mike and Lee asked if we had a fat. I ended up telling them no, we're not fat. Grace just pouted because I wouldn't wake up at 6 to teach him to stay. Lee rolled her eyes. Their brothers and Mike made an offer and coming back. Greg's like controls his room in the worst way. He stayed with us for a bit and the house for the rest of the day. He says I embarrass him when we won't drive anywhere at all now, even in his own car. Back a week he's demanding a party, but I think he's shaking his anger too far when he's the one that started. I was wondering if I should have just sucked her up and I should apologize now so things can go back to normal. Like, I'm gonna say you weren't feeling well. Like, right as you told your husband that you weren't feeling well, he should have just stopped. Especially if he saw the, what was it? With painkillers and water, so. So I'm gonna say the husband's the asshole, and because she wasn't feeling well yet, he still tried to push her. So I'm gonna give this one because it was annoying more than anything. A 2.5 out of 10. And of course OP 0. Because it's annoying, yes. And even I have to say, you can't just drive stick on your first try. It takes a little bit of practice. Because you have to get used to the car. Even if you have multiple stick shift cars, like, it may take you a minute if you switch cars a lot to get used to that car, because each stick shift car handles differently. And usually it comes down to usually the way drivers do it is they don't really look at the RPMs. They feel when the car and hear when the car needs to shift, and they will. Am I the asshole for telling my mom that when she dies I won't have any family? I want to start this by saying, I do love my family, but I've never spoken to you unless it's in person at an event. Even then, not a lot of my family speaks to me more than a few words or a short small talk conversation. I'm the only person in my family, other than my mom, not an only child. My dad passed away due to liver failure. I've been an absolute wreck. My mom and grandmother on the father's side lost him too, but he was my dad, and during the last few months of his life, we ended up getting really close. Anyway, I tried to explain to my mom that when she dies, we won't have any family because every single family member reach out to her at least once via Facebook calls and twice. A single person even tried to speak to me. No one has even asked my mom about me. I'm not trying to sound selfish or make this about me. People to ask about my friend I've known for maybe 4 years and my in-laws is kind of hurts. Not getting mad at me and saying a phone goes serious. I know a phone goes serious, but you'd have to call them to check on her. Watch, I have to call my family for them to check on me. Try giving my family my number, texting them, asking how they are and everything. I even see pictures of them hanging out together. I mean, my mom just went on a vacation to the river family like she does every year. Holy cow, minimum 30 family members show up. My family, that'll take like 10 years of planning. And I've never even been invited. I don't get invited to anything. Weddings, weddings, not even Christmas last year, and everyone else was. I just like to feel like I meant, and honestly I do, but now I'm only saying I'm sorry for running a church. Now I'm claiming I don't have a family. So, I'll be out saying I will have any family that she does, because then no one will even remember I exist. No. Because your family is already treating you like you don't exist, which to me is wrong. Because reason it's wrong comes down to the fact that yeah, you're an only child, but you're so part of that family. Unless you've done something that caused it, which I doubt this person did, there's no reason for her to just act like OP doesn't exist. So I give the mom 3 out of 10 buttholes. Assholes. 3 out of 10. Oh my lord. Another one that Alright. I'm the asshole. Must have helped a classmate and I refused to punish him. My son is non-sexual and has more friends that are girls than boys. His one friend started her monthly water school. My son being the boy he assaulted, he gave her his hoodie to her to help her bring clothes. Phil was unable to bring clothes, so he called her to get her what she needed. When I dropped off the clothes at the surprise, she came to get them, and the receptionist asked him how he planned to give them to her bath. He said, if a boy divided our school, they can use the girls' bath, so for the next 15 minutes, I'm a girl. I tell you, should it be rude to be there? He needed to find another girl to take the chair, and he said no because girls were teaching her. And the girls went, and the day came back out of the research, they warmed them up for an appropriate behavior female class. She ripped that to this said that I will need help, and so they followed the rules. The amount they asked for not punishing my son, probably fellow classmate for not allowing the school to punish him. No. Like, I'm on your side. Like, he identifies as someone who doesn't have a gender. They could be boys, they could be girls. And I know I think it's multiple personality disorder, one of the disorders like that, where they are kind of forced to be like that because one personality can be a male personality, one could be a female, so they are forced to identify like that. But in this case, it's just because this person just does identify as anything. It can, what I mean by that is, he identifies as one or the other depending on what's needed. So I could go like, to me, I would consider that what the school did wrong because they kind of discriminated against him being not having a gender, identifying as not having a gender. I would give the receptionist a good 4 out of 10. No, 5 out of 10. Because I'm sorry, I can't stand people who are racist, homophobic, or pretty much hate someone just because of what they are. Like, it just annoys me to high heaven. I asked for like myself in my bedroom. So English is not my first language. Also throwaway because I have family that uses it right. Of course. Throwaways are just accounts they usually just create. I get enough to post on that Reddit. Because I know there are some that require a specific amount of karma to actually post something on, being post to post, but you can create whatchamacallit, make comments. So I'm 13, female, I have 2 siblings, 50 female, 4 male. So there's an autistic person, does not talk, does not do lessons. My parents like to leave for dates, like today they love just to think, no, usually my aunt comes, but today she did not, so I was babysitting. I was in my house for again watching my brother. He was playing with my sister watching. She does this too well. She'll pick her nose and show you what was in there, which I always dodge when I can. I sent her back to the living room to watch her brother, but she would be still kept making noises. It's really sad because I don't know anything about watching after autistic. I had a bad day because I was worried about mathematics, a math test, because that was my worst subject. I went to the bathroom while I washed my hands. My sister came up to me and put her arm on my feet. I had enough of that, so I went up to my room and locked the door. Later there was a knock, and it was my mom. She was mad at me and said, "Why are you abandoning your family?" She said, "Thing that sister's arms are because she was saying she had an accident, but she sometimes does. She is sister. I've made an arguing that I should have cleaned my system and I left it for her to, even though she knows I'm not comfortable with body fluids, even mine. Should have done this if I never have babysat my sister for no stress or delay, and I was having a bad day. So, am I the asshole? No. Like, each autistic person's different. Yes, depending on what there's high functioning. I think there has to be one somewhere in the middle, and then there's low functioning. And of course, usually the low functioning ones are non-verbal. And so, and this, is autistic, so she's definitely, I'm gonna say low functioning autism. And because of that, and this is the first time she ever babysat her sister, who, even though is 2 years older, probably has mindset of someone that's probably like quarter of her age, if that. So she's extremely far behind when it comes to her mental state. I mean, her mental age. So, like, OP had no help on it. Like, I also blame the parents gonna give the parents a good, like, I'm not gonna give the sister anything as if they're being low functioning autistic. I give the mother, because it didn't say anything about the father, what the father said. I give the mother a good, like, 4. That's 3 or 4, because of the fact that her and the father went, excuse me, out to did a quote date night out as anyone to babysit for him, and leaving the 10-year-old deal with their 15-year-old functioning autistic sister, and of course 4-year-old brother. The 4-year-old brother was easy from what was being said as the sister, so I'm giving the mother 4, 3 to, yeah, I'll just say a straight up 4 out of 10, because she got on OP for locking herself in her room, even though OP did not know what to do with her sister. Everyone consider if there's a good time now, I've gone into the laundry room to find my clothes in a pile on the communal folding table because someone needed the dryer. Thing is, the first time I have learned all the other drawers are empty. I first thought it might be an NT person favored that particular dryer because I live in a glee section complex. I try not to let things bother you yet, and I love my laundry in the dryer for a few hours. Because after a bad day, and I went into the laundry and 3 piles of laundry were on the table, one being mine. To be honest, I usually do 2 loads of laundry, use 1 dryer on high heat because of time and money. Also, I have a mask and underwear in one, so I guess I hope they had clean hands and didn't see anything. But I'm also lady to feel like ass if I know my pretty people, but like, what the fuck, man? Am I being caged of being so upset I sent an email? I feel I should clarify that there's a laundry room on every floor, but I guess I'm not allowed because having my panties touched by a major on a glad that I thanks to have let a few more hair troll in before I delete the be put to press effing so does I guess I can't make mistakes. Goodbye. So gonna say this on OP was the asshole. Like, I can understand leaving it in there for an extra 5-10 minutes because you are then in the middle of something. Could have get to it immediately. That's normal. But an extra couple hours, yeah. Like if it's like people need to use it because I'm in that place. I guess they don't have washer dryer hookup, so that is the only washroom on that floor. So I'm gonna say OP is the A8 on it for it because they kept their stuff in the laundry room for an extra couple hours. Like, to me, if you're gonna use a public washer dryer, or I'm gonna say that I'll consider that a semi-private washer dryer, because to me, a semi-private washer has a laundry room that is owned by the complex. So I'll consider this one semi-private. Like, you should have a timer set, and then if you're in the middle of something, when it goes off, finish what you're doing and then go down there. But it should never be a couple hours. That's just plain wrong. Alright guys, those are my, 6 stories for reacting to Reddit. AITA episode 1, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. I may do this again tomorrow. It's kind of easy and fun. So, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the hopefully tomorrow.